What's up, everybody? With another video, and in this video, we will be doing some plaid press-on nails. Now, I tried to make them as festive as possible, but we're going to be doing a different color because the red, green, white, silver, gold look can get pretty old about this time. So I'm starting off with some base coat. I know I like to just hop right into this thing and not dilly dally with y'all and give y'all what y'all came here for, which is nails, right? So we're just using our gel based coat, of course. And the reason why we're using this is because we're going to be using gel product. So when I'm using acrylic, I do not normally use base coat. However, you can, but it really doesn't do anything because the acrylic is fine. I've also seen people put primer um, on top of these tips. And if that helps, I mean, go for it. But I've never done that because I never had a problem with my acrylic coming off of press ons. So I don't foul or anything. I just go right in. So we're just making sure we have a nice full coverage over the nail. You want to make sure you get those side walls too. Okay. You want to make sure your side walls are tapered. So that's why I don't use a lot of product on my brush. If you can see, I am zoomed in so you can see that I'm not using a lot of product on my brush. And when you're working with gel polish, that is key. Even UV builder gels, you just don't want too much product. Even with acrylic, you just don't want too much product. So you're going to end up wiping a lot of it and wasting a lot of it. And in the long run, that is you know, that's the thing you're making money from. So, you want to, your inventory, you want to make sure that you're preserving as much of your inventory as possible. And I do apologize, y'all. I am sick. I came down with a little bit of a cold. However, I was supposed to have this voiceover done already. And I actually did it, but it was so low. My last video, I do apologize for the volume being low. I'm using the same microphone, the same techniques, but for some reason, it's really low. What I'm using here is my McCart's pastel collection that I got off of Amazon. The colors are 310, 311. I think it's 310 and 311. And then I go in with the pink color as well that's in that collection. So if you just type in McCart Pastel Polygel Kit, it should pop right up. I got this, I want to say early 2021. So it's a good buy because it's so many different colors. I believe it comes with, don't get me to lying, but it's like different pastel hues. So if you're looking for springtime colors, I know we're not in spring, it's wintertime, Mary, but if you're looking for springtime colors come spring, I highly suggest getting this McCart's pastel kit. I highly, strongly suggest it because you won't have to buy any other pastel colors really. Okay, so what I'm doing here is just covering about a little more than half of the nail because we want to create an ombre. You do not have to worry about the harsh line because we're gonna be, ombreing that thing with some gel. So right here, what I'm doing, I'm taking that darker purple color, and I apologize, I don't know which number is which. It's either 310 or 311. Um, but I'm just making some straight lines on one side of the nail. And let me tell y'all a little testimony. I used to suck at trying to draw plaid. It's not what you think. Like, if you're not used to just drawing straight lines, it actually can be bothersome on like, where do I place this line? How do I want this plaid to look? So what I suggest to do is look at some plaid designs and look at some plaid nails and see which ones work best, because there's different ways to do it. There's some people that do the little slashes in it that I have not mastered. Kudos to those people that can. But if you just, don't feel comfortable with making plaid design by hand, you can always, and I'm out of frame for a second here, but you can always just use foil transfers. They sell plaid foil transfers. So I cured that for 60 seconds, the whole 60 seconds, because I'm going in and I'm making my vertical lines, or no, I already made vertical lines. I'm making my horizontal lines rather right now. And I'm just, doing them parallel to each other just to give that played look. And you want to make sure your lines are straight, of course. You want to make sure it's appealing to the eye. But if you use a long striping or a longer striping brush, excuse me, y'all, I'm really struggling to get my words out. I sound like a scratchy cat, but if y'all can bear through it, you know, then you'll learn something. But if you use a longer striping brush like I'm using here, it's easier to make those long lines. And what I'm doing, instead of drawing, I'm really just pulling that gel. I'm pulling it. You see that? I'm doing a pulling motion. So when I first started drawing lines, I was trying to take like the very tip of the striping brush. No, you want to use as much as that striping brush, depending on how straight the line is and how long the line is, and you just pull that product. You want to pull it, okay? And I know this is like it might seem simple to someone else, but when you're starting out, it's something as simple as pulling versus trying to draw that makes a difference in your designs. Okay. I've never heard anybody say that. I haven't watched a YouTuber yet or any content creator yet that does nails say drag your brush and pull your brush. I have not. And I watch a lot of y'all. I watch Femi Beauty. I watch Tabitha Scott Nails. I watch Tip Top Shave. I watch, and shouts out to all y'all. Y'all do beautiful work. I get inspired from all of you and so many other ones. V Nailed It. I've been watching her lately. Um, Long Hair Pretty Nails with Evie. I love her personality. So many other people, and I maybe I missed it. I'm not saying that they didn't say it. I'm just saying I haven't heard it be explained by pulling your brush versus trying to draw. And like I said, it depends on what you're doing. If you're doing straight lines, then of course you want to drag that product in a straight line. But if you're drawing and making like short circles and lines, like say you're drawing cartoon characters, then you of course you want to use a shorter brush, and you want to, because you want to be able to maneuver. So that's why they give different brush sizes for striping or drawing, because there's different things you can do. Okay, so now we're going in with that lighter color, and it almost looks white, but it's a really light pink. I want to say it's 309. I'm not sure, y'all. I'm really not. I'm trying to imagine the numbers and the way that they're set in the kit. I want to say it's either 308 or 309, but I'm using that color to add the accent line. And what I did was opposite the two vertical lines, I made another vertical line and another horizontal line just to, did I do another horizontal line? Yeah, another horizontal line above it. So just to give, that plaid look, that plaid, however you say it, that plaid look. So um you'll be able to see it right here, what I'm doing. And yeah, it's really easy. Once you get the hang of it, it's like, oh my gosh, I was making this harder than it needed to be. um, because yeah, I just thought it was so difficult at first, and I was making it difficult because I didn't know these different techniques. You know, there's different techniques to achieve certain looks. And if it sounds like my S's are hard, it's because I got my microphone right up to my mouth because I want y'all to hear me. I want y'all to hear me. All right, just a little update with me. I am getting things prepared to be taken out of my home because that's where I store my nail stuff, of course, and place them in my suite. Now, comment below if y'all want to see the change. If not, I won't upload it. But if so, I might upload it either way. But just let me know if that's something you want to see. Like, what do y'all want to see? Do y'all want to see the process of me moving in? Do y'all just want to see the grand opening when my room is fully decorated? Or, let me know what content y'all want to see. Now, what I like to personally watch is I like seeing nail room tours, so I got to do one of those. I love seeing one hand, not two, one hand, because it's a little bit much. It becomes a little redundant and boring. And a lot of those videos I speed up, but just I want to see one hand on a real client. So I do have a setup to where I can create content, and that's what I love. I love the fact that in this private suite, as long as I get the consent from my clients, of course, and stuff like that, they're like, yeah, you can record. I'm gonna definitely be bringing y'all some hands now, child. So y'all can stop seeing these press ons and Roxanne, my fake rubber hands, because her hands are beat. Her cuticles are beat. I tore that hand up, and I'm kind of hesitant to buy another one because I'll be getting the practice I guess I need taking real clients. So I've worked on real people. I have plenty of pictures. I even did a video of me reacting to my work. So if you want to see some of my work, go check that video out. There is some sets on there that I'm like, man, it makes me want to do nails just looking at my old work. So I'm back in the game, y'all. All right, so here we are using our Beetles Polygel, and Beetles Polygel is more on the runnier side. I like it though. I like how, colored it is or opaque it is because you can thin this out, this pink that I'm using, or you can just, add layers and it gets darker and darker so your nails aren't so transparent. But y'all see how I'm kind of struggling and it's sticking to my brush? It's because my number one, my brush wasn't really moisturized enough, and number two, because it's so runny. It's runnier than Macart. Macart is like the firmest polygel brand that I've used. And then I'll say Savolin is kind of middle. Um, who else do I have? I have Morovan. I love Morovan. It's not too soft, but it's not too firm either. It's like just right. I love Morovan, and I'll be getting some more of those. I did some swatches of Morovan polygel, so if you want to check that video out, you're more than welcome to. I might leave the link down in the description, but don't hold me accountable because y'all can just scroll on my page and get to it, right? And I don't feel good, y'all. I need some cough syrup. I need to take some cough syrup because I just sound stuffy. It's like a head cold, but I feel great. Just my voice is scratchy. So I'm just blending that polygel down over the plaid. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Plaid. I am blending that polygel down to create that ombre. And of course, with ombre, when you're making that color mixed with something else, you use lighter strokes and lighter touches on the product. You don't want to drag it too hard because then it's just going to pull that product down and you're going to have a mess and you're going to have to start over with the polygel part. We did cure all of the gel fully before we started, of course, for 60 seconds in an LED UV lamp. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing for this nail. I want y'all to see how that product is. I wouldn't say this is beginner friendly. Beetles, not beginner friendly, maybe intermediate and definitely, um, you know, like profound. Like you've been doing it for a while. Go ahead, because once you pour it, if you've worked with other polygels, once you pour it or place it on the nail, you're gonna feel how that polygel feels, and you're like, oh, okay. You're gonna be like, I need to adjust my brushing and my stroking to this. It's just like when you've been dealing with acrylic for, let's say, 2 years. You kind of learn to adjust in that time. Hopefully, if you're not just using one product, you kind of learn to adjust to your product. So that's the beautiful thing about it. For those of you that, tell me that you're practicing too and I inspire y'all, thank y'all. That inspires me to keep going. So we're inspiring each other. That's why I named my business Nailspiration. That's what I love it, y'all. I love it. So just know, newbies or people that are thinking about doing nails, you're going to get better. Just keep working with different products. Keep, making observations because we're like scientists in the cosmetology world, in the field of cosmetology. We're like scientists. We create different things, and that's all that style comes from, people's innovations. So we are innovators. And with these nails, don't stop. If you have an idea, try it on a plastic hand, try it on a nail and see what it is. And then if it works out, put it out there, perfect it, put it out there, and you might start a new trend. You never know. Somebody thought to put water inside of nails one day, and look, aquatic nails are a thing, you know? Even though I thought of that as a kid, because I was like, that would be so neat if I could put water and glitter inside of nails, and I didn't know the way, and somebody thought of that. And so now it's possible for people to have snow globe nails or whatever you want to call them. Okay. So we're just doing that for all 5 of the fingers. I did the other one off camera because it was like I wanted to make sure that my mapping and my ideas come out crisp and clean. So I noticed that my designs come out better when I just do one hand off camera. And then if I like it, I'll do the other hand. If not, I just tuck the other ones in my nail bag. But this turned out very cute. And I must say, I got inspired by Nails by Vic. She's been popping up in my algorithm. So, hey girl, how you doing? You've been popping up in my algorithm. I've been watching you. She did a Thanksgiving slash winter set on somebody that she knew that was green, and she actually added snowflakes. But I didn't want to add the snowflakes because y'all see my fingers. I have snowflakes right here on my fingers, so I was just like overdrawing snowflakes. Even though it's very easy to make a cute, elegant snowflake, you can make them as simple or as intricate as you want. That's the beautiful thing about snowflakes. And the other thing about snowflakes, when I first started out, I thought it was so hard to draw snowflakes. But back to my line work, it was because I wasn't pulling that line of, that liner brush with the gel. I was trying to draw it with the very tip. So that's what made it harder. But now I got it. You can just make your dots and pull that gel with your lining brush. It's as simple as that. Make your three dots up, three dots down, three dots to the left, three dots to the right, or four, or however big the nail is. I'm kind of out of frame, sorry. But and you just take that striping brush and you pull that gel and you'll have a straight line. And it looks like a snowflake. And then you can just kind of go from there and build if you want more lines in between, if you want, semicircles in between, whatever. And you can make that snowflake look so festive and so beautiful and elegant. So I love it. I love creating. I've been an artist my whole life. I love to draw. I love to paint. I love looking at art, studying art. So nails, it only makes sense that I do nails because I like to color. I color in coloring books still. I have adult coloring books and I play with colors in there. Like if I feel like I'm running, like if I ever feel like, dang, I've done every color of nail and I'm not getting excited about anything, how you want to create some content, or you just kind of all the colors begin to look the same at one point. What I do is I take my colored pencils and I go inside of my book and I just play around with different colors, like pink and brown or teal and orange, or just different colors. So what I did here was I took some beetles clear and we're encapsulating the whole nail because I did not put any product other than the gel polish on the tip. So I just encapsulated that whole nail to build the structure of the nail. And I'm working that polygel. Now, one thing I will say about the clear polygel is that with beetles, it was a little more firm than the pink. And this kit came with 4 different polygels. It came with a dark pink, a light pink, a milky white, and a clear. So I was like, I so need this, you know. Um, but yeah, the clear was a little more firm, and maybe because it was under my desk lamp. My desk lamp is partially LED. I think it was curing a little bit, so it made it firmer. It almost had like a drying effect. I don't know if that makes sense, but parts of it was like hard, like not hard, but it wasn't moving as easily. So you just want to encapsulate clear. And on this part, you can honestly, if you're encapsulating, maybe like encapsulate some snowflakes. That sounds so horrible, y'all, but I'm trying to sound so upbeat because I am. I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming for me to get my own space, and absolutely nothing can stop me. I'm going to bask in this joy that I have because it's not often that I get great news, but that's going to change in 2023. In 2023, I'll be getting great news all year, and hopefully you will be too. You just got to claim it. Okay. So I'm just encapsulating these nails, you guys and girls, with the clear, and I apologize. I got to figure out where to position my hand. Sometimes I get it good, but when I zoom in, I feel like it's just always out of frame. And I tried to edit this video as best as I could for y'all, so I'm always in frame. But yeah, it's kudos to the YouTube videos where y'all editing is on point because it's not easy. When you're used to doing nails a certain way, and then you got this lanyard in your face and everything, is people don't talk about it, but it's a lot of work. And then you have to come to the computer and edit it. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I have to do these clips and I have to adjust this camera. It's annoying. It took me about 2 hours to edit this video. It really did. And then just to do the voiceover, and the voiceover was gone. So, but if you have not to this point, make sure you subscribe to my channel to, embark on this nail journey with me. All are welcome. All I ask is that you like, comment, subscribe, and, let's have a nail conversation. We don't always have to agree, but as long as we can have a positive dialogue where anybody can learn from what we're saying, I'm all for it. You don't have to agree with me, or you can say, "Hey, Mary, you're doing this wrong," or I'll look into it. I love to learn, so it doesn't offend me at all. I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh, I know everything there is to know about nails. No, I'm learning every day. I've been doing enhancements for 3 years, been licensed for going on 2 years, so well over a year and a half. And there's been times where things was slow. There's been times where I was super busy and overwhelmed. So that's just the industry, you know. Um, I'm not a channel that's gonna sit here and make it seem like, oh, I just make millions of dollars from doing nails, and you can make a good living. You can honestly make 6 figures by yourself. You can. It's a good industry to be in. I'm happy that I chose it. Um, and it just allows me to be me, and to know that what's rewarding for me, the most rewarding for me to do nails, is knowing that there's somebody out there wearing my artwork. Oh, that's just so rewarding. And it's even more rewarding when that person that's wearing it loved their set. That's what's the most rewarding for me, and then all the freedom and flexibility that comes along with being your own boss. It's a lot of hard work, but it doesn't feel like work when you love what you do. So I just be creating and working around the clock and making press ons at 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 8 at night. It doesn't matter. So I am going to try to keep the press ons coming for y'all, because a lot of y'all like the press on videos. A lot of y'all like the when I work on my hand too. I get a lot of views on those videos. So um I'm going to keep those coming, and if you know of anybody in any comment section or anywhere, just tell them, like, go to Ms.MaryNailz channel or Ms.MaryNailz on YouTube, and you know I try to help out with the things that I struggled with. And the things that I struggled with were so simple, but it wasn't because I didn't know. But trial and error is your best friend. So we filed, we buffed, and I didn't have to buff this very much because it's polygel and it's so softer to file. I just filed the sidewalls. So now in this clip, what we're doing is putting on, I believe I did base coat and top coat, don't quote me, but if you feel that you don't need top coat, you really don't have to, because we use polygel, which is a gel product, and then you're topping with gel, which is another gel product. So you really don't have to. Save yourself some time. But if you think that it makes the nails look shinier, sometimes I do use base coat on top of my enhancements, because it does make the base coat pop more and have more clarity. It just gives it something. It gives it more depth too. So it just depends on the set. And I'm making sure I get, once again, all of those weird obscured spots on the sidewall. You want to look at the nail from different angles, make sure there's no gaps in your top coat. That was base coat. Now we're top coating. So you want to just make sure it's fully covered. There's full coverage. Okay. So same with fouling. You want to make sure you're just looking at the nail and not over fouling. But like Tabitha Scott said, make sure you're fouling intently. Like, you know what you're taking down, you know what you're tucking in, you know what you're, you know, just all of that. So I think starting off, we all tend to just foul and don't know what we're supposed to be looking for. I did that. I have some lumpy, bumpy, crooked nails that I can show y'all. And I might come on here and do that. That might actually be fun. Just get my nail bag out and show y'all some of the nails like that I started off with. And honey, y'all gonna laugh, because I'm laughing in my head right now. Right now. I was like, oh, I thought this was cute. Mm-mm. But I knew I had some, so much to learn. So I wasn't too hard on myself. But you just got to have fun with it. Have fun. Enjoy it. If it's a passion for you, like it's a passion for me, just have fun with it. And, you know, if you are working in a salon and you're dealing with the general public, just take it a client at a time, do things to desensitize because there are those difficult clients out there, but don't let them suck the joy out of what it is that you love to do. All right, y'all. So I am just getting this set just, snatched up as best as I can. And I do apologize about the color quality. You can't really see my plaid, but stay tuned till the very end because I do show an up close shot of these nails. And so they're very cute, very, very cute. And they're ready to wear. Once I take them off the stand, you can just pop them on and go. So that's the good thing about press ons, especially if you are somebody that is sensitive to the fouling. So, yeah, so that is the end of this video. Thank y'all so much. And make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you. God bless.